Star Wars, 0 frames, first impressions. Let's see how's the new XCOM like and whether it's worth $50 or not. Let's go. So the very first thing, as you can tell from the character creation, the game suffers out of you know what? And it's one terrible character creation screen. The game looks more mobile-like than how a proper $50 game should look for PC or consoles. To top it all up, I really had high hopes for it, cause it's from the XCOM devs, but it seems like not all XCOM devs were on this project. This game is a big pile of mess, and I'll explain why. The story part of the game, unbelievable characters, very stupid, very dull, terrible writing, and the story occupies so much of the game time that it's absolutely atrocious, because story here, it's not even Disney. I don't know what it is. It's complete garbage, and it has nothing to do with XCOM narrating and writing. This feels more like a parody on XCOM than the actual XCOM in Star Wars universe. Literally, it feels like a parody. And what's even worse, they're taking this game that serious. And now comes the biggest problem, it would be game bugs and optimization. Not only that the game is bugged, there are not that many bugs, but there are bugs and glitches I can forgive because it's new game. What I can't forgive is 15 frames. On low, ultra low, medium settings, high settings, ultra settings, it doesn't matter what you pick, it doesn't matter what resolution you choose to play on, it really doesn't matter what you do, this game fluctuates with frames like crazy. Completely unplayable. Luckily for the game, it's turn-based, so it's not that important, but this is $50 game. I expect when I pay for something to actually work. And the game doesn't look that good, so it should work on a toaster as well. Graphics are like the game came out 10, 15 years ago. There is no point for the game to work like this, yeah. Terrible, agonizing performance. How big is the game? Definitely looks 10 times smaller than XCOM. That's what I can tell from character, from leveling, for everything that's included in a game. I can tell that this game is way much smaller, and this is literally a mobile-like XCOM. And that's not a good thing. I don't see any replay value on this one. It's agonizing in its first 2 hours of how stupid it is. Frankly, if you wanna play a good XCOM game that's not XCOM, you got Gears and you got Demon Hunters Warhammer 40k. Those two are great examples of great XCOM likes. This, Star Wars, 0 company, 0 frames, this is a bad example. Even if the game worked on stable frame rate, it's still terrible. Everything is convoluted, condensed, everything is so freaking abysmal that it's unplayable how abysmal it is. As far as the maps and graphics go, you can see for yourself. Some will like how it looks like. I personally don't. I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. I never was. 15 years ago, this would be great looking game. Not in 2026, it's nearly 2027, by the way. Now, what about the actual gameplay? Everything that you knew and that was actually great in XCOM is now dumbed down to the oblivion, and the game was primarily made for a gamepad, while XCOM was made primarily for mouse and keyboard. And that's the biggest difference between those two. This is literally XCOM from AliExpress. It has nothing to do with the original series. Everything is there though. The stupidity of missing enemies, classic Overwatch, switching from character to character during your turn. Everything is there, but somehow everything is dumbed down. It is not satisfying like it is in XCOM or in Demon Hunters or in Gears. It's really not satisfying to kill enemies. It's bad animations on kills, with blasters, with bombs. Nothing feels right. Everything feels so freaking lame and bad. Like, it's terrible. I don't feel an impact of a melee. I don't feel an impact when I actually shoot someone. You don't feel any satisfaction during combat. Same applies for your characters when they deal damage and for enemies when they deal damage. Like, I mean, go and compare. You got XCOM likes like Gears, when you throw a frag, legs are flying. Here, nothing happens, man. It's like plastic dolls. It's really irritating. To top it all off, you don't know what's more irritating. As far as this leveling and itemization goes, everything is a mess. Complete mess. It's mediocre. I don't know how to call it. Like, why they force you to move in third person during the phase where you prepare for missions. In XCOM, it was one straight up menu. You move. It's very fast, okay? Very clear what you're clicking, where's the upgrades, what you're gonna do and whatnot. Here you go from the third person perspective, and then there's cinematics, and then there's stupid jabbering among companions, and then you need to walk from place to place to reach an upgrade, to reach I don't know what, cosmetics, to reach, you can tell how it is over here and what you're looking at right now. It's terrible. It's time wasting. Everything that was good in XCOM is not included in Star Wars. I don't know what they were thinking of. Literally another woke trash. That's what a game is. And the funniest part, it's $50. This is like $5 to $10 game at best. And that's if you wanna be a charity and donate to EA. Because EA is a small company. Yeah, they need money to grow. Atrocious. This is not how you do games. And now comes the funniest part. You don't know why you're fighting, why you're playing, who are you fighting, and what you're fighting for. In the first 2 hours, you cannot tell what you're actually doing in this game. I'm dead serious about it. You can't tell what you're doing. Like, like the main plot doesn't exist. I guess it exists later on, because this is first impression. First 2 hours, you just roam around like a chicken without a head, man. Random jabbering, random talking, and nothing actually happens. Once you do all of that random jabbering, then you go on a mission to kill enemies, and that's about it. As far as I understood, you're supposed to pay the debt. That's how the game starts. You can see it in the upper left corner. You're supposed to pay off your debts. Terrible. Now, for that final part with music, the entire game is voice acted. Voice acting is mediocre, but there is also one big problem here. Music, you can barely hear music. It's dumbed down. It's like it's muted. You gotta raise volume like crazy. If you do, then the voices are way too high. Music is also garbage. Sound effects, alright, all I hear in this game are blasters, man. That irritating blaster sound 24/7. I don't want to prolong this video way too much. What I want to say about this game: this is a parody on XCOM. There are much better XCOM-like games, and that's the final verdict. This is XCOM from AliExpress. The game is unoptimized, unbalanced, unfinished. Not to mention its hilarious price out of $50. This is no more than $10 game on release. You wait for it if you wanna try, give it a shot. Once it's on sale in a year from now, I truly believe this is gonna be like $5 game, because even now their negative reviews are piling up on Steam like crazy. And it's not like people are wrong. I refunded the game, and I recommend to everyone who bought it to refund as well, because this game is an absolute trash. Good job, EA. You pile up more trash as years go by. Good job.